Hello and welcome to another Samurai Games podcast here on the channel. It is the 25th episode on this podcast, and we are talking about the Game of the Year 2025. What a number! And I have a big surprise for you, to all of you, because I won't be the host of this podcast. This will be another one. This would be the one and only Geoff Keighley, aka One Hot Dragon. Here we go.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Samurai Games Podcast Game of the Year Awards. I am your host, Nathan, the One Hot Dragon. I've got my samurai sword, and I'm ready to go, and I hope you are too.
Woo!
I am here, and I am joined by none other than the Horror for Horror, the best F-bomb dropping guy I know, Fraser. How are we doing today, Fraser?
My friend, I am going fantastic. It's Sunday night, and I'm here with my friends, and we are going to talk the year of games. And I'm so excited because what a year it's been.
That's right. It's been a crazy year of game, and it's a crazy year of games, and it's crazier that we're here on the Samurai podcast in a year that is known for some of the best ninja games out there. And I'm also joined by the host, the owner, the man himself, the master shinobi, Carrie 13 of Carrie 13 Productions. Carrie, how are we doing tonight?
I'm fine. I see a cat coming right out of Fraser.
Yes, Elton.
So
Elton's just popped in.
it is
Say hello.
It is also not a cat day, but it is maybe a cat Sunday. So, yeah, we are having hopefully a great time, and I'm looking forward to the show until it was announced, and I hope you are looking forward to it too.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I've been really looking forward to this. And
Very
since
much
this
so.
show is definitely much in the form of a podcast, we're gonna dive into this a little organically this evening. So, Fraser, do you want to kick us off with what have you been up to lately? What games have you been getting into that have been getting you geared up? The games you've been trying to wrap up before, voting on the game of the year.
Dude, it has been a wild December, I can tell you. I have tried to get through as much as I possibly can, and then games are just dropping updates left, right. Hey, look, there is a cat. There is. I saw
I
it.
got a cat too.
And so many developers have been dropping updates to try and get us hooked back in at the end of the year, and I tell you, it's bloody worked. I jumped back into Killing Floor 3 to finish off the new story content for that. So it was a lot for not a lot.
Really?
It took me about 10 hours.
10 hours, really?
Yeah. So no new maps. Sorry, one new map.
Okay.
One new map. And the story consists of you loading into a map and running to a certain location and holding down a button and then finishing the match.
Oh, wow.
And then you have to go to another location and hold down another button and then finish the match. So I reckon there was about 20 in total. And for one achievement.
Oh my gosh, dude.
But you know me, I can't help myself.
Yeah.
It's the dumb thing about Xbox, like when they add an update, whether you play it or not, it removes your 100%.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, did that. But I've been playing a bunch of fun indie stuff recently as well. I know it's been out for a while now, but that Doom 2 mod, Total Chaos. I don't know if you ever
I haven't heard of this. No.
So I think it was about 9 or 10 years ago. Some dude started making a Doom 2 mod, and he turned it into its own game.
Mm.
It's called Total Chaos, and it like shadow dropped on Game Pass that same day that the um the last Xbox show was on. Um, it it's possibly the best survival horror game I have played in a long time. It
Really?
was my heart was in my mouth the whole time. It never stops. And there's this crazy loop of bleeding, being hungry, and dying.
Yeah.
And so you get through a battle. You've got no health left. All of your health packs are old and rusty and rotten, and they cause a bleed when you use them. So if you take too much damage, you have to use a rusty needle to inject yourself to get more health, but that causes a bleed effect. And when you take too much bleed damage, you start to lose health again. So it's this constant loop of, oh my God, I'm dying, but I can't heal because I've got too much bleed on me. I'm already bleeding. And if I bleed any more, I'm going to lose more health, but I've got
Yeah.
no health.
My gosh.
It was
So
it was
you can pretty
intense.
much just get some pretty serious diseases just from
Yeah.
using health packs.
They so they did this fantastic job of keeping you at roughly 25% health the whole way through. It was
25% health?
yeah. So you
Oh my
find some
gosh.
health packs, you heal up, and then you get into the next battle and all your health is gone.
Oh my gosh.
It
Gee
was
whiz.
so good. I loved it. I had the most amazing time with it. Um yeah.
And this is
So I've
called the
been
Doom 2 what mod?
no, it's just called Total Chaos. It
To
was
oh, okay, okay.
yeah. So it was
To
originally started as a Doom 2 mod and
gotcha. Okay.
he's progressed from there. Um
Okay.
bloody brilliant. It's well worth a shot. It's on Game
Yeah.
Pass, so why not give it a go if you've got Game Pass? Um,
Yeah.
it's brilliant. It took me, I don't know, maybe 15 hours to get through. So if you're a
Oh, that's not
survival
bad.
horror fan, it's in my top 10 survival horror games of all time.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now I definitely have to check it out.
Yeah.
This was the game that Shadow dropped that one night we played games together, wasn't it?
Yes.
It was
Yes,
just
it was.
okay. Okay. Yeah, that looked really, really good. I was very
Yeah.
interested in it. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
definitely gonna check this out now because I mean, guys, like this guy's super into horror. All right, he knows his stuff. So
Yeah.
if he says play Total
Yeah.
Chaos, play Total Chaos. Okay.
Like total chaos. And then just a couple of other shout outs like Shinobi. Been running through Shinobi. Brilliant
Thank
game.
God. Thank God.
Brilliant game.
So happy for you.
Neon Inferno is another one that I've been playing. It's a 2D
Okay.
side-scrolling run and gun, but it
Okay.
has this weird 3D thing to it. So it's 2D platforming shooting, but then when you hold RB, you point your gun into the foreground or the background to shoot enemies. So it's this kind of weird, this weird 2D, 3D thing going on. It's hard. It's very hard. I managed to roll credits on it though, so I'm pretty happy with that. But it's interesting. A very, very interesting concept. Yeah.
So so it's basically a Souls-like shooter just because it's hard, right?
it has checkpoints, so it's a Souls.
It's basically a Souls game.
Yeah, basically a Souls game. Yeah.
So the thing I'm curious about is because Terminator 2D just came out, did your collector's edition come in the mail?
Not yet. Not yet.
Man.
I know. I'm hanging out for it because the reviews make it look brilliant. Apparently, it's real short, but it's amazing. Like you can get it done in the same time as it takes to watch the movie.
Oh, really?
which I'm okay with. I'm okay
Yeah.
with a short bite. If it's done
Yeah.
well, it can be an hour.
Yep.
Like I'm
Absolutely.
happy. I'm happy with that.
I'm
And then
excited for you to get
finally, the game that has got its hooks in me, Ship Graveyard Simulator 2.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. You were telling me a little bit about this.
So much fun. So much fun. There's something weirdly therapeutic about it. It's
Yeah.
kind of like it's got that that Power Wash Simulator 2, or that Power Wash Simulator feeling to it of you've got a ship and you've got a sledgehammer and a little grinder thing, and
Yeah.
you dismantle a ship. And so over the space of the job, the ship just gets smaller and smaller and your buckets get bigger and bigger, and it's just something really, really therapeutic about it. And for the $11 or something that it cost me,
Oh, nice.
I'm having a ball with it.
Do you play that on Xbox?
Yeah, it's
Okay, cool.
perfect. It's
Really?
perfect for cloud. It's perfect for cloud. It's not on cloud, but I remote play it
Okay.
on my phone on the couch.
Yeah.
So we're watching some movies or something, or just got some telly on, just couch
Yeah.
rotting. I'll just throw that on. It's a bit of fun.
Dude, that's the best thing about
Love
simulators is those are like just the most relaxing go-to games.
Ah, yeah,
Ah,
brilliant.
man, except for the one that I've been playing, the IRL semi-truck simulator.
Yeah,
Pretty stressful,
I've
especially in winter
I've
conditions.
heard. Yeah, I've heard that you can't reset if you miss the timer.
You can't.
If you crash the forklift through the guard railing, you can't just reset.
Exactly. And
It's a Souls
apparently,
like.
yeah. And it's crazy. I mean, I just wish it was more like Grand Theft Auto because as soon as you hit somebody, it's just game over. You know, like,
Okay,
come
yeah.
on, no checkpoint.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Oh man.
Uh,
So have you been getting into anything else before I pass it off to Carrie?
nope. I just downloaded Mortal Kombat again because I picked up
Yeah.
the
DLC.
DLC
Uh,
during Black
I think
Friday. It was
something
like
chaos.
it was
Chaos
dirt
reigns.
cheap. Yeah,
Chaos.
yeah,
Yeah. Mm.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was a good campaign. I really enjoyed that. Honestly, I liked it better than the main campaign. Um,
It's good.
Man, I'm craving some
I don't
Mortal
remember the
Kombat.
main campaign to be honest. I
It's
play
forgettable.
yeah. I
It's
jumped
forgettable.
into that invasion mode this afternoon and I was like, what am I doing? What is this? And you just go from fight to fight on this little like game of life board.
Yep.
And I got to a bit and I had to fight that sand keeper guy. Is it Garius or something? And for some reason he just kept brutalitying me with I couldn't damage him. There's obviously something that I'm supposed to do, but I don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, this is not really that fun anymore.
Dude,
Tried
it
it a
just
couple of
gets
times. Yeah.
so hard. I'll talk on it just like a tiny bit because I barely played it, but like we know Mortal Kombat 1, it's that thing if you hop into it and it's like all the people online are so much better than you. And then
Oh
not to
yeah.
mention, even like those challenges can be extremely, extremely difficult if you don't know exactly what you're doing and how to get around these specific challenges. You got to know these
Mm,
very specific combos, things of that nature. I played the Tokon Fighting Souls, the Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls.
yep.
I don't think Souls is in the name now that I think about it. But I don't know why I
Souls
said
like.
that.
Everything Souls like.
It's a Souls
Marvel
like,
token
clearly.
Souls like.
Clearly. But no, it was incredibly difficult. Like I got like 2 rounds in and right off the bat, I mean, you got the combo breakers. They're right there. It's XY, XY. That's how you break any combo. You don't need a gauge to fuel up to be able to break a combo. You can just break a combo at any point, and people already had the formula figured out. Like, get somebody up in the air, keep them trapped in the air in the corner, and then just keep spinning them in the corner until you get a perfect. So I was just like already like, oh man, I was having so much fun in the tutorial. and then I started really playing the game.
Yeah, and they just pull your pants down and punch you in the nuts.
Yep.
Like, yeah.
Yep. That's 100% correct.
Oh no.
Ugh. But Carrie, what have we been playing? What have we been up to, man?
Before I start with my picks and what I played, I would say that I want to say something about Neon Inferno. I picked it on my wish list because it looks similar to a game that I already covered on my channel. It is called Steel Assault, and it looks very similar to Neon Inferno. So I want to mention
Steel
that
Assault.
before. Yeah,
I don't know that one.
Neon Inferno was your pick, Fraser, and Steel Assault is the one I covered on the channel, and it looks very similar to Neon Inferno. So I thought it could be very interesting to look into Neon Inferno someday too. But we are coming to the game I played. Since the podcast with you, Phrase, I played a lot of 360, and it is really fun to play still on the Xbox 360, except when something happened like yesterday when you can't connect to Xbox Live, and the cloud service is offline, etc. And this sucks. And I hope these issues will not come further. But I played a bit Test Drive Unlimited, the first one, and it reminds me a bit of GTA, a bit, because when you drive through Hawaii, you drive through the entire Hawaii there, and it is really crazy how big this map is. I mean, it is bigger than any Forza title, and you
Really?
yeah, it is really bigger than any Forza title, and I mean, you drive through the entire Hawaii. So and in part 2 you drive through Hawaii and Ibiza. So the whole islands you drive through, and it's really great. And you can do a lot of things. Of course, not the multiplayer because the servers shutting down, but you can play the single player, and you get achievements for it. You can drive Hot Woman around the corner and do delivery and get money, but you can also get caught by the police, which is unfortunately not so good because you can lose money for that, or if you don't have any money, you get caught into a prison for some minutes and you can't drive anymore, which is crazy in a racing game. And it is really fun. And for other things, I started the Dead Space remake, and I was really disappointed by it for some reasons, because I started it and I talked with you, Phrase, about it, and the reason I was disappointed was not the gameplay. Of course, it was a little bit frustrating when you died a lot. I played on normal, but the most frustrating thing, and the reason why I quit this game, I really had to quit this game because, I had some really weird bugs in this game at the second and third chapter, and it didn't need to continue further. I couldn't play it anymore because of some reason I couldn't do something I need to do in the description, and this was
It's
really
so annoying.
This was a no-go for me, and I say no. I quit this game, and it is sad that I have to admit that I need to quit this game because of
Yeah.
those reasons. And yeah, maybe I picked up the 360 version later on a point. It is, I mean, it doesn't have these bugs, but it's annoying that EA doesn't fix these. And yeah, it is really not good. But the good thing about that, I started with a new game instead. So because I thought, it's Dead Space, yeah, it annoys me as fuck. So I tried to do another game, and that was Tales of Arise, which is a great RPG, and which came out, I think, 2024, I think. But it is a really good Tales of game, and yeah, and I can recommend it enough because it is a really good story when you um, play someone who's called. I need to check the English
What
word
was
for
it
that.
called? Sorry, Tides of Rise.
Tales of Arise.
Tales of Arise. Yeah,
Tales.
I've heard of this. Now, to backpedal a little bit, that Steel Sword game you were talking about, is it Steel Sword Story S?
No, Steel Assault.
Steel of Salt.
No,
Steel of
Steel
Salt.
Assault. Assault, like
Steel Ass Salt.
Yes.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And actually, Steel Assault looks much better than Neon Inferno.
Yeah, this looks really cool.
It does look great. Tales of Arise, eh? That looks interesting.
Yeah,
Little
Yeah.
Tales of Arise is really a great game, and I mean, the first Tales of game I played was Tales of Berseria, which was really great, and it is coming to Xbox as a remaster next year, and I'm very looking forward to it because it was my first introduction into the Tales of games back then on the PS4, and yeah, Tales of Berseria I can recommend, and this is more action oriented, and you play a game called Iron Mask, who doesn't have the name yet, but you get the name later in the game. And you
Please tell me that he wears an iron mask.
he does. He really does,
Yes.
and
I was
later
gonna say if he doesn't, I've missed something there.
later the mask break, and the name too, and he remember his name, and yeah, you are playing this character, and you are playing also another characters in this game. um it is really a great story when the system looks onto you as a character, and yeah, you are a slave by that, and you try to break out of the system, and it is really a great tale. And you try to get involved into this world where so many rulers are in this world, and you try to stop them because they try to push others, and try to bring all the fame for them. And yeah, you are someone to be a hero and try to fight for the people who are not on a great side on the story. And yeah, you are the one who are fighting for the ones who are getting down or suppressed. I don't know the English word
Yeah.
for that.
Downtrodden.
That is really interesting to see that, because we are all in one system in this world, and we all must fight for something, and this is a really good thing. And yeah, Tales of Arise does it really good, and yeah, I can recommend it. And yeah, that was my games that I played recently. What about you, Nathan?
Nice.
Well, for me, there's this little game called Battlefield 6. Came out in
Yeah,
October. I'm
I've
still
I've
on
heard
that
about it.
grind. Oh
I've heard
man,
about it.
I love it, man.
That's
You
good. I'm
know,
so happy for you.
dude, it's just it's everything I wanted out of it.
Great. Yeah.
I am like sitting here thinking about like the games of the year and all of that stuff, and I'm just like very lucky to have gotten like an Assassin's Creed that hit exactly where I needed it to hit. I got the Battlefield game that hit exactly how I needed it to hit. Um, so I mean, it's just been such a great year of video games. But yeah, no, Battlefield
Dude,
6,
I
I've been really loving. They added Red Sec mode,
did
the
see
battle
that.
royale mode. Oh my
Yep.
gosh, it's so good. It's free to play. Anybody can hop in. If you're not like super duper into battle royale type things, the solo version of it, I haven't tried squatting up with people. I'm pretty sure you can still squat up in like the solo mode of
Yep.
this, and what it's called is the Gauntlet. And the Gauntlet is where you will be given, you and your team of four, and there are five other teams of four. You guys will have to basically um play modes, and the people who hit the bottom two leaderboards will get kicked out of the game, and you'll go through like 4 rounds, 4 or 5 rounds, I'd say. And
Mm.
then and it's always different objectives. Like each round you're going to be doing a different objective. Like one objective you'll maybe be doing hack as many terminals as you can. Then the next one will be extract as many data fragments as you can as a team. And then by the end it's just down to 2 teams head to head. um, it's
Yep.
a really cool, unique way to do um, battle royale, and you don't feel alone. Like you don't feel like it's like a good mixture of competitive and casual all at the same time. Um, and the thing that I would say to sell you on it, phrase, because I know you're not super into the competitive scene, or Steve. I know Steve's out there listening to this. Like I know he's not super in the competitive scene. They have casual modes to where
Hmm.
I know they at least have casual breakthrough, and I think they're adding other game modes, but where it's basically half bots and half humans. So you've got like
Interesting.
a mixture of humans mixed in with like some NPCs, and it's just a really chill time. Like I don't feel like super suffocated by the competitiveness whenever I play that.
Yep.
So yeah, I've been playing a lot of that.
How would
I,
one question before you say anything? Um, how would you compare this to Call of Duty? Because back in the day, all compared it, Battlefield and Call of Duty together, and yeah, what is your
um,
take on that?
So the way I describe it to people is that Call of Duty is about reflexes. It is a competitive shooter about like that focuses on your reflexes. Who can shoot first? Who can aim better? Um, Battlefield is a military simulator. And that's what I
Mm.
use to describe it. I've seen some hot takes out there of people who are angry that Battlefield 6 won best sound design. I was very happy about it. I voted for it. Um, when you are prone in a field of grass and you're hiding behind stone and a sniper's shooting at you, you hear that bullet hit the dirt. If you are in a building and you are hiding behind a window, you will hear it pass through wood and hit the floorboard. Like
Yeah.
it's very different, and depending on how far away this sniper is, those sounds of it. Not to mention when you're just running through the streets, the sound of buildings. Now, that's not to say it's a lot more, to be more direct in answering your question. It's a lot more slower paced. You cannot go into Battlefield just like rushing. You can't go sprinting and spraying and praying. Holy crap, I can't talk. Spraying and praying, right? Like that's going to get you killed. You need to be careful. I was telling somebody the other day, I'm like, Battlefield 3 was the first time I learned the term check your corners. And that's where I learned to do that. And I like took those skills that I learned from that game into other games, and it just helped make me a better gamer in general whenever it comes to first person shooter games, because you learn those little things like checking your corners. Um, and yeah, no, it's very much, you probably shouldn't be sprinting all the time, right? You'll see a lot of other players like prone, crawling through the battlefield, trying to get to the other side where there's cover. Um, there's also one last thing I'll say is that there's a team effort in it. Um, People care about what roles they pick, and they take it seriously, and they're passionate about it. You know, especially support roles. They are out there. They are defibrillating everybody on the field. Anybody who falls, they got your back. Everybody wants to be a medic. And then there's also like the assault class. They've got shotguns. It's a lot of fun to run all the different classes. So yeah, no, that would be the big defining difference, is that this is a military simulator. This is a game about reflexes and getting your quick dopamine hit.
Call
And I think that's why
Call of
so many
Duty's
people
sorry.
find Battlefield refreshing, but then they always end up going back to Call of Duty because they need that dopamine hit, right?
Mm.
But
It's
sorry,
almost
what were
like
you
an
going to say,
arcade.
Fraser?
I was gonna say it's almost like an arcade shooter, isn't it? Like Call of
Hmm.
Duty. Call of Duty's
Yeah.
about getting as many kills as you can before you die,
Hmm.
and then you try that again.
Yep.
Where Battlefield is more like rolling through the streets in a tank,
Yeah.
getting out, fixing stuff, shooting things,
Yep.
hiding, taking
Zombies.
objectives.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you have a thing that they do really well is like, if you are an engineer and you are sitting behind the tank and Fraser's in the tank and I'm behind him and I'm just repairing the tank over and over and over again, I have a great score. I'm getting support assist points for him killing people with the tank. You feel beneficial to the team no matter how many times you die. Like, you're going to die a
Mm.
lot by trying to repair a tank constantly, because that thing's taking like all these shells from all these other tanks, airplanes, etc. So, you know, you're going to die a lot, and you don't feel as bad when the game ends and you've got like 20 deaths and 4 kills, but you got a bajillion assists, right? So, because it's still going to show you top of the leaderboards because you contributed so much in your role. So yeah, no, Fraser nailed it. It's like you got an arcade shooter versus something where it's like it's not all about the kills in this game. So yeah. Um, Aside from that, man, I wish I'm dying to hop into some Yotai. I goes to Yotai. I am dying to hop into some Marvel's Cosmic Invasion. Haven't gotten to it yet, and we'll definitely talk a little bit more about that later. But the I did play that Tokon Fighting Souls. Or damn it, I did it again. Marvel Tokon Fighting. I played a little bit of that. Um, but you know, the thing that really drew me back in while I was playing Battlefield was going back to Assassin's Creed. I finished Ninja Gaiden 4, and I think me and you talked about that, Carrie, the last time I was on the show. I finished playing Ninja Gaiden 4, and now I've been playing Assassin's Creed Shadows again, and I just wrapped up the DLC, and it uh, I don't know how many people know, but in the Golden Globes, Golden Joystick Awards, I believe it's called, it got nominated for Best DLC of the Year, and
Oh,
it didn't win because, I mean, in its defense, Liza P. Overture came out this year, and that was really,
mm,
really, really fucking good. But I'm telling you, Claws of Awaji does it deserved that nomination, and I'm so glad it at least got nominated and got some recognition for how good it is.
Yep.
Me and Fraser talk all the time about
yeah.
Assassin's Creed and Assassin's Creed DLCs, and you know, we had been going through all the Assassin's Creed games of the past over the past year, and you know, we talked about Freedom Cry this year. We talked about um, Assassin's Creed Syndicate DLC. We talked
Jack the
about
Ripper one, yeah.
Assassin's Creed 3. Almost all of them. And they're always so good. And Claws of Awaji like continues to uphold how good they are. And this one
Yeah.
even takes it a step further. It adds a lot more. I don't want to spoil anything. That's how much I can't talk to you about it, because I
Mm.
need you to go experience it for yourself, because for me, like, the first thing you do in that game, kind of like, oh, I'll tell you this much. I'll tell you this much. You go into a 2D phase of the game. They had like the 2D game back in like
Yep.
2012, 2011 or something like that, and those were
Chronicles.
fun. Yeah, Chronicles, but they take you through a little 2D phase, and that's kind of just really sets the tone for some of the stuff you can expect throughout the DLC. You're stuck on an island, you are picking up where the game left off in the main story. Some of the stuff that happens on the island. One of the things I love about Assassin's Creed Shadows is it's a game I can put the controller down and like ride my horse and, kind of have a breather, and it's very relaxing, and then I can like get back into it and get right into the action when I want to. Um, when I am on that island, it is danger at all
Hmm.
times. You
Yes.
cannot walk away from you. Oh yeah, you played it, right?
I
Yeah,
played it and
you
finished
can't.
it.
Yeah, you cannot sit there and be like, auto travel to this area. I'll tell you that much without spoiling it. All right. Like, you got to pay attention. It is
Full.
pretty intense all the way through.
Yep.
Um, so I highly recommend it to anybody who played the campaign and enjoyed the campaign, and maybe you're craving a little bit more. And yeah, so I've been playing that. I've been having a great time. Um, as soon as I get out of peak season, it is straight to Ghost of Yotai for me, which I think is the perfect segue into our next topic. Before we get into the game of the year, ladies and gentlemen, and non binary folks, let's talk about the games we wish we could have gotten to
Oh,
before
dude.
voting on our game of the year, because
Yeah.
if you guys are like me, I'm very upset that I didn't get to experience more. Like I said, like I've got Ghost of Yotai sitting here with me, and it's downloaded, ready to go, but I just haven't gotten to it yet. Donkey Kong Bonanza is another one I haven't gotten to. The first thing on my to-do list after the end of the year goes is to start my journey on Death Stranding 1 through 2. Um, but those are just some of them. And honestly, guys, like, my backlog is still hurting. I really really really, really want to get into Stellar Blade, and now Control Resonant just got announced. I haven't played Control. That's another game
What?
I would love to. I know, that's what I'm saying. It's on my backlog and I gotta play it, so it's like,
Dude.
there's too
Do it.
much. There's too much. So with that being said, Praise, what's
Yeah.
the games you wish you had gotten to play before making the big decision of what's my personal game of the year?
Dude, there's so many. There's
Oh,
so many that I didn't get a chance to. One, there's a couple that really I can't I can't remember if it came out this year or not, but it was Pacific Drive. That
yeah.
was that really,
Yeah.
really early this year, or was that last year?
I I think it was last year.
Yeah.
I think
So
it was.
that's
But
been on
I
my
think it was
list for a hot
summer of
minute.
last year, maybe.
Um, Void Train is
Hmm.
another one that's
Yeah.
been on my list. There, I just Ghost Yotai is one of them
Mhm.
that I haven't got around to yet. Um, Ninja Gaiden, haven't started that yet.
Mm. Yeah.
Haven't started the Outer Worlds 2 yet. Didn't I got
I forgot about
like,
Outer Worlds too.
dude, I know. I I got sent a copy from Xbox. Xbox sent
Hell
me a
yeah.
copy, and I was meant to start it this coming weekend, and I just didn't get a chance.
Ugh.
Um, so there's that. I'm just still, like, looking through my stuff. I don't even
Yeah.
know where to start, man. I don't even
Ugh.
know where to start. Like, um, yeah, I
And
think sorry.
oh no, I was just gonna say it makes it that much more difficult when it's like this show specifically, we're getting into games that aren't even specifically to this year. And I know how badly me and you both have wanted to get into Lords of the Fallen, and I know we're going to talk a lot about that here in a little bit, but that's one game that really grasped you and took a lot of your time too.
Yeah,
and that also keeps you from other games that are coming out this year.
Well, that's right. There's all the DLC stuff. Like I was meaning, I heard about the Liza P DLC coming out, and I was like, great, I'll play through Liza P before the DLC comes out. I haven't done that. There was one that you mentioned. Oh, bloody Assassin's Creed! Like I haven't played the DLC for that. Don't know when I'm gonna get time to do that. It just is insane. There's so much out that I don't know. I don't know what's taking up my time though. I'm just trying to pull up a quick list to see what
what you've been playing. Yeah, I had to do the same thing in preparation for this show. I was like, man, what have I been playing through since the beginning of January last year? And it's like Ninja Gaiden 2. Oh man, it's just all my achievements and trophies were all over the place.
I made a list actually.
Here's a huge one. Never didn't do South of Midnight.
Ooh, yeah.
I have heard amazing things about that, and watching that lady accept the award for the soundtrack, it just made me feel like I had that's something that I have to play. Like the words that she spoke made me want to play it. Like I love music, and I love history, and I love all sorts of I love all people. And so the fact that they've kind of made the story around music and mending trauma and all that kind of stuff, it really speaks volumes to me. And it came out, and I bought a physical copy for it, and it has sat on my desk. And it's just sat there, and I haven't even Revenge of the Savage Planet was another one that I didn't do. The Altars, you name it, and for some reason I didn't play it.
I mean, honestly, it's I know people say indie games are a great alternative to AAA games. I'm playing all these different indie. It's a wormhole, man. It will suck you in. You play all these different small games, and then you're like, oh my gosh, this actually took a whole bunch of time to play this one indie game, and then it starts stacking and stacking. But I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum, where I look at my year-end review, and so many I didn't really have a whole bunch of games, but most of them were open world games, and I'm like, yep, that's where my time went. That's where my time went.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel that, man. So Carrie, you said you've got a list. What about you, man? What are the games that you wish you would have gotten to this year before talking about Game of the Year?
So, first of all, I want to say some of my backlogs. I wanted to play, of course, Sea of Stars, which I had not played since 2023 when it came out. I picked it day one and was so hyped for it, but so far. I always choose another game before that, and I want to play that, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I picked for the 360 LA Noir, the complete edition. I heard really good things, and I'm really looking forward to that. And of course, I'm looking forward in the future for me and Phrase, and maybe you, Nathan, or Steve, playing Gears of War 2 together.
Gears of War 2, man,
and I mean, we want to do that in a multiplayer before maybe the server shut down, and this is also on my backlog. And Yeah, and the few games, of course, Fear 2 and 3 and Tenchu, that a really good stealth game I heard. And yeah, we are coming to my list, and I don't know if I want to drop the bomb, but yeah, I had made a list for the games I finished this year, and there are many on this list, and it is I finished 29 games this year, and
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Fantastic.
I want say some picks which didn't get in the top three. We are talking about the top three game of the year list, and um, those picks are for me. And you can say later what you think about these games. The first game is Lost Judgment, and the DLC The Kaito Files. The second one is Sonic Frontiers, which was a great experience in the Sonic universe. It was a really great experience to run with Sonic in this open world. It's like Zelda Breath of the Wild, only with Sonic, but they did a really, really great job. Same goes for the first Assassin's Creed, and I want to excluding one game that we will talk later about. It is a pick from Steve. I want to spoil it. Yeah. The next one is the Mirror's Edge Catalyst.
Yeah,
Mirror's
I
Edge,
enjoyed
and
that.
Mirror's Edge is a really, really great game, and it was refreshing to play Catalyst and for the first time. And yeah, it was really good for me, and I can't recommend it enough. Then I have to talk about Coffee Talk phrase. Of course, Coffee Talk is a great game, a good visual novel, and this is not a pick for the game of the year top three. Resident Evil Revelations 2, uh, another game which I finished this year. Blur, of course, the first fear. Um, and I dropped the bomb now. Be prepared. Assassin's Creed Shadows is not on the list on the top three. It was a great game,
Fudge
yes,
you!
and I really enjoyed it. But yeah, and but some games are a bit better, and yeah, and of course, Neon Blood. I want to mention this is a really cool game I finished and got all achievements for it, and yeah, and Costume Quest, also a good game. So that was
Mhm.
that was some picks that got not into my top three, and yeah, and for two others, I think we will talk about a little bit later. What about you, Nathan?
So, for me, I tell you what, my top three are gonna sync better with our write-ins. So I want to toss it over to Phrase first, and then let's come
Yeah.
back to me so I can like get into what Harry wrote in.
Are
No, no,
we?
no,
So we're answering the
wait,
question.
Yeah, yeah, phrase?
I was going to say, are we answering the question like what didn't quite make our list?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
what didn't quite make our list?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay, my bad. I misunderstood.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the games that didn't quite make my list, or at least the top three. Um, I mean, this is gonna spoil my number three spot. But I'll go ahead and tell you. Uh, Split Fiction beat out Dispatch for me. Um, I
Mm-hmm.
really, really love Dispatch. And while I was playing it, I remember telling Geoff, I'm like, I think this might be my game of the year. I felt I'm very high on it. I love it very, very much, and it's something that I'm going to remember for a really long time. And when people ask what I recommend when it comes to a narrative choose your own adventure game, I'm going to recommend Dispatch. Um, it is up my alley. I Here's my thing: is this is when you start getting into the conversation of how much of these interactive shows are a game, right? And I do feel strongly like this is a game, this is a good game at that. But then at the end of the day, I'm looking at Split Fiction, which is the polar opposite of Dispatch in the sense of there's not really much of a good story here, right? But the game itself is so good. It is so next level. It is bringing something to the table that no other game has done before. And for that, it beat out Dispatch. And I'll say that the same thing goes for the other two in my top 3 of the year. Um, so yeah, no, absolutely. Dispatch was one of them, unfortunately. I wouldn't have felt right not having Split Fiction in my top 3, but I feel right about this setup. So Dispatch is firmly a number 4. But with that being said, some other games that I played this year that I'm like just didn't quite make the cut. Surprisingly enough, this actually should not surprise Fraser or Steve. Splitgate 2. All right.
Oh no shit.
Everybody fucking hated that game. Fucking hated it. But man, it was such a solid shooter. It was so good. I love the arena. The arenas they had, it was such a great structure. The maps were so well refined. The shooting felt so good. I loved all the weapons. I loved playing as all the characters, and I'm really, really excited to get into the new update that they dropped this weekend. They basically re-released Splitgate 2, so I'm really excited to hop into that.
Before you go on, what do you think was the reason that people hated it? Like, or not hated it, but why is it? Was it a bad time to release PvP? Was it like why didn't it do well?
I think because I remember this came out and I rated it really highly when I was at Gamer Social Club, and I remember just having my doubts after seeing how bad of a reception it had. And I remember having this chat with the editors team and being like, guys, I'm sorry, I feel like embarrassed
I
us.
played
Look
a
at this
different
9
game.
out of I literally said it's a 9 out of 10. And I'm like, I hope I didn't embarrass the website. But that was the experience I had, though. I was true to myself in my experience with it, and I'll stand by that. I think the reason that people didn't like it was because it didn't have the content there to keep them there. I think when you're talking about a game like that is a competitive shooter, it is about like getting professionals synced into it, these people who want to hone their skills and come sit down for hours and hours and hours daily to hone their skills further for that only purpose. There's not content there for those people. People like me who are hopping down for like a handful of matches a day, can't even get his weekly duns. I'm not thinking a thing of it. Like I've got plenty of content to get through. But people like that are the majority of the players who are going to stick around for this game. So very quickly, people started falling off, and I think there was also a narrative going against it that it's just a knockoff Apex shooter game. And that really wasn't the case, because it was just like I had one specific friend who was like, oh yeah, that Apex knockoff. And I was like, dude, just sit down with me for a second, let's play around. And he was like, oh wow, no, this is actually really unique. Like the battle royale mode was
people
unique.
that didn't even play it were just judging it off
Yep.
what other people were saying.
Yep, it was absolutely unique. Like I can't get on board with battle royales very much, because I hate the whole entire you die, you're done, now you've put like 20 minutes into this one singular match and now you got to start over. I hate that. Splitgate, not that way. You had the respawns. It felt like an arena shooter more so than a battle royale, if that makes sense, but you're still getting the good stuff of the battle royale, that feeling of, oh, we made it to the end and we got to the end, right? Kind of similar to Battlefield Red Sec. Like I was saying, it's like you're a part of a team, like you're not alone. You it's just like teams are falling off one by one until it's like 1-1 at the end of the day. So I think that's what it was. I think, people didn't like it for that reason. So yeah, Splitgate 2 was up there for me. Aside from Splitgate 2 and Dispatch, um, I can't really think of a whole bunch of other games that I would put up there just because, like, I haven't gotten to them yet.
Yeah.
Right? Because I have a feeling once I play Ghost of Yotai, that's probably gonna, like, be 1 or 2 on my list. But if it's really pulls through with what people are saying it is, So, the only other thing I would give a shout out is Metal Gear Solid 3. Um, that was a really cool, unique experience. Never experienced it before in my life until this year. Um, Being able to like finally get a glimpse into what makes Kojima games special and why people love that so much. I don't know if it's fully for me, and that's
Mm-hmm.
okay, but
Yep.
I get it. I appreciate it. It's art, and I just fucking love that shit. I'll eat it up. I really, really wish that more games would take that camouflage system and put it into it. Could you imagine an Assassin's Creed game with that camouflage system? A Ghost Recon with the camouflage system? A Splinter Cell? Like,
Yeah.
come on, why aren't more games doing that? It's 2025.
Mm.
That game came out like 20 years ago. I love the camouflage system. And I do like that based off of what I'm hearing about it. It seems like the camouflage system has definitely been really improved from the original. Like it's a lot easier to shift through the camouflages. I think the original had you pause the game and go into the menu and then change your camouflage based off of what bush you're hiding in. I'm like, all
Yeah,
right, that's a bit much, bud. Oh man.
Quick, let me get my paints out. I gotta paint my pants real quick.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine, dude?
Oh man.
But what about
Yeah.
you, Phrase?
So I've got 3 that were so hard to kind of, so because the way that we do it here is any game that we've finished this year, not what came out this year. So Expedition 33 didn't make it for me. That's my number 4. Expedition 33 is a game like nothing I have ever played before. Every single part of it grabbed me. As it was coming out, I had zero interest in it whatsoever. It didn't interest me one bit. And then the day that it dropped on Game Pass, I was like, do you know what? I'm going to give it a go. I'm just going to give it a go. It's on Game Pass. That's what Game Pass is for. I then went on to 100% it. And I absolutely adored every single part of Expedition 33. Unfortunately, there were some things that did more for me. So it didn't make it. Hell Is Us is another one that didn't make it. The whole idea of Hell Is Us was really, really good. Just the execution didn't quite hit home for me. Just with what else is out this year. This year was such a tough year. And Mafia was the other one that didn't make my list. Again, gorgeous soundtrack, gorgeous setting, amazing voice acting, but there was just so much else that did so much more for me this year. Just building off Carrie's number, I actually finished 87 games this year.
Wow, holy shit. Man, I didn't check. Nobody told me we were checking how many games we played this year.
Well, I just keep a list on
Do you?
on mine, yeah. Just to look back on over the years, because yeah. That's
I need to do that in this up.
How did you finish the 87 games?
I don't know if you remember the start of the year. I had a hernia and I didn't work for about 4 months. That's how.
It's a fucking beast. That's how.
Yeah, yeah.
We
That's
got-
right. My guts
we-
were falling out of my body, and I was still saving the world. So you're welcome.
Yup, that's right. Carrie, if you don't mind, since Fraser brought up a couple of games on Harry's list, I was gonna go ahead and start reading off some of the write-ins of who some of the write-ins chose as their game of the year.
Yeah, of course. Do.
Okay, so Harry, the novice crayfish over from Gamer Social Club, he wanted to be here today. He was going to be a part of this. He unfortunately had some family stuff to take care of, and we hope you're having a great time, Harry.
Yeah,
Really
we do.
sad to not be able to hang out with you today. But I wanted to bring up Harry's list because Fraser actually just mentioned 2 games on his list that didn't quite make the cut. Um, and his top game of the year was Claire Expedition 33. He writes, for bringing new energy to the JRPG genre, its excellent world building, narrative, and art direction, as well as phenomenal soundtrack and the voice actor performances. Um, his second one
Mhm.
was also Hell Is Us. For
Yeah.
championing and player
Come on, bro.
player
Use those words.
flattering.
Use those words.
Can't do
Player
it.
flattering design philosophy. That's a lot of P's. No markers, no map,
Pizza.
just your own intuition and fantastic environmental storytelling. It gave me a gaming experience that is hard to come by. And just personal side note, hearing Phrase talk about it and Harry talk about it and hearing some other folks that I listen to podcasts about it, y'all are selling me on this game. It's so not up my alley, and it's not high on my list of backlog. But man, every time I read something like what Harry just wrote, I'm like, oh man, I gotta play this game like now.
Yeah, the
Um,
world is brilliant. The storytelling is brilliant. For me, where it fell apart was the combat got very stale very
mhm,
quickly. Um, and for a game that kind of like we use the word souls like we throw it around like a rubber band, but you know that kind of dodge, parry, keep an eye on your stamina, heavy attacks, light attacks. It it got real boring.
yeah,
I almost wanted to skip the combat just to see the story. That
yeah,
was my only downfall of it.
yeah. Because I'd been hearing that there was like it's like X, Y are your 2 attack buttons, and then you gotta dodge. Do you even have a
Hmm.
parry?
Yeah, there's a parry. There's multiple different weapons, and there's different upgrades for the weapons. But it's
Yeah,
kind of that whole color thing, like yellow beats
yeah.
red beats green beats yellow.
Mm.
And to be honest, they all beat each other just as well. So I didn't feel the need to have to put on a different thing to beat the specific enemy.
It's really
Because
just
he
about
just,
who can beat off each other the best.
that's it. Yeah.
So
If I
old
can beat
fashioned
you
beat
off
off.
first, I win.
That's right. We got the his third write in was I'm sorry, Harry, I'm gonna butcher this. It's just a big O and 2 little O's. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know what
oh,
this game is.
oh.
Ooh.
I'm gonna look it
Um
up. I've never heard of
yeah,
it.
it's just a
Oh,
big
oh, oh.
O and 2 little O's is how it's spelled. It looks like it's got like a little icon over the first O. He
Bomb
says he
Caterpillar's Big Adventure.
Ah, gotcha. He said, for its impeccable puzzle design and overall execution, a wonderful example of taking a single mechanic and pushing it to its limits, with your progression based on learning and implementing new ideas. Also, lovely pixel art and chiptune soundtrack. Um,
Yeah.
we also got let's see, I'll save Steve for later. I
Bef- uh,
know.
before you continue, I want to say something about
Yeah.
Expedition 33 because it is also not on my list. It is and it is on place 4 maybe. And yeah, I can agree with Harry. And without Harry, I wouldn't play this game, and
Yeah.
it was really great. But the one thing I didn't like it was the parry system. I don't know if you remember that, but when the enemies attacked and you can press a button and parry the thing, and if you
Yep.
do it correctly, you can make it a lot of damage to the enemies again, and that
You beat them
didn't
off even
work.
harder.
Yeah, that didn't
That's
work
right.
much for me, and but yeah, that was the thing. I was a little bit frustrated about that, but it is really a great experience and a great RPG. So it is on my fourth place here.
Okay. Yeah. See that I'm glad you brought it up because that's why I was gonna jump to Harry and Jeff so we could all like get our expedition talk all in one. That way we're not constantly coming back to expedition. Because that's I personally, to go off of what you were saying, the parry system, yeah, it would suck when it wouldn't hit and it would feel bad, but man, when you got it, it just felt so damn good to get that parry.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
But it's not
so
Sekiro.
yeah, it's not Sekiro. That's correct. Um, okay, so Jeff writes in over from Interactive Distractions. He writes in his top
This.
3 games of the year.
This.
In this,
This.
his top pick is, of course, actually, I'll go backwards. His third pick is Ghost of Yotai, one of the only open world games I didn't get burnout on, he said. Fantastic world and combat. And if you guys know Jeff, he is not a huge fan of open world games. He gets burnout real quick, usually checks out of them. So that's saying a lot about Ghost of Yotai when he didn't want to leave it and finished it. His second pick was Ninja Gaiden 4, almost
Oh,
char-
nice.
almost character action perfection, and one of the best games in the series. It's really cool to hear from him because he's also a big Ninja Gaiden fan, played all of them. So yeah, go check that out. It's on Game Pass. It's a great game. And if you're somebody who likes a very difficult Ninja Gaiden, you can make it as difficult as you can imagine, or you can make it an extremely easy time for yourself. The accessibility of this game is impeccable. His top pick was, of course, Expedition 33. It's one of those
Yes.
generational games that changes a genre forever and will be one of those that is always mentioned when this generation is talked about. Um,
Yeah.
and I kind of want to build off of that. But before I do, Carrie, did you say the ones that didn't quite make the list? I can't remember. I don't want to skip past you.
Yeah, I just said it.
Okay.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, that's what
Yeah.
I thought you did. I thought you did. To build off of what Jeff's saying about Expedition 33, I think for me, Expedition 33, it is my game of the year. It is my number one, and I know with this show, it's very much any game you played, it doesn't have to come out this
Yeah,
year.
spoiler.
Um, but man, Expedition 33, when you watch the Game Awards and you see it nominated for so much, and you do see it do this big, clean sweep, typically in years past, I remember 2022 being like one of my least favorite Game of the Year shows to watch just because it was like God of War Ragnarok, God of War Ragnarok, God of War Ragnarok, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like this.
And like, as God of War
I
Ragnarok
mean,
was good, but it wasn't
yeah.
that good.
Exactly.
Like,
Like that's what I was just like, man, like nobody else is getting their flowers. This really sucks. And I see a lot of other people feeling that way about this year. I don't feel that way this year. Like
nah, it was deserved. Everything
Yep.
they
it was
got,
so
they
absurd.
yeah.
Yeah, it was just so deserved. Like, I tried to sit there, like, when I was going in and personally voting, and I tried to be like, well, I want everybody to get their flowers and yada yada. But then it's like when you sit there and you think objectively, you try your best to be objective about this, and you look at best independent debut, it has to be Expedition 33. Look at best art direction. Death Stranding 2 is a beautiful game with great art direction. Yes, like Ghost of GotY, absolutely. But man, I Expedition 33 is literally the definition of having a good ass art design, man. I mean, it's just it's the fucking theme of the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just go one by one and it knocks all those out. And so when I'm sitting there thinking about my personal list, it is that thing of when I look back on Elden Ring, I think that's going to be one of the games that is mentioned in this generation, a generational game that we'll always think back to. I talk about Elden Ring all the time because of how it affected the gaming community and how we all came together. We were all playing this game together, and it was like, it was just a really cool thing to experience alongside everybody. You could not go anywhere without seeing Elden Ring, and it was that way with Expedition 33. It's such a special experience, such a special thing when it really hits like it did. And I couldn't agree more with Geoff when it comes to like, no, this is a game we're going to be talking about for years. And like Harry said, it revolutionized the it revolutionized the JRPG genre. When you look at so many people, the majority of people who are completely disinterested by turn-based games, and it wins them over, it really, really says a lot about your game. And I man, it was just so good. The story was absolutely incredible. I want to get tattoos of the quotes from this game. I just, and yeah, it's not even just the story, but it is the gameplay itself. To not be super into JRPGs and care as much as I did about the combat when I was done is, like I said, it's just a testament to how good the experience is and how good it feels to play this game and live in this world. The only negative thing I have to say about it is I found like the open world part, like where you're like the little character going around the map. I found that to be a bit jarring. But you know, aside from that, man, it just, like Phrase said, it deserves all the flowers that it's been getting. And I can't help but sit here and be like, nah, this game is absolutely worthy of Game of the Year. But yeah, does anybody else want to talk about Expedition a little bit before we move on?
Yeah, I want to say that what I said about that. I mean, the first impression I got when I finished it was Square Enix can learn a lot from that game, and especially Square Enix because Square Enix got really, really greedy, in my opinion. But I want to say that not all JRPGs are really that bad or that they didn't have innovation. I think back to Persona 5, which was really great experience in the JRPG genre, but maybe some games felt under the radar, and of course, Claire Obscure has this pretty look for a really good game. And who don't know that, the people who made Claire Obscure was previously at Assassin's Creed um, in the produce session, and yeah, and if you compare those RPGs together, I think it is not fair to say Clair Obscur revolutionize or make it better than other RPGs, because I think, for example, Persona 5, for example, and some other games make it a lot of better, and for me at least. And I mean, it is a personal experience. What thing see, and I only see that some people see the gloomy and shiny experience. Of course, yes, they had a really deep story with some things you didn't expect. You really didn't expect some things in this story, and this was really a great thing. And what they did for an indie studio was really great. But I won't say that any other RPG is really bad in this sentence. I don't know if you see that too, but I hope you see what I mean for
Yeah,
that.
Yeah,
no, I see what you're saying. I don't. Oh, sorry, phrase. You go ahead. You go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I do completely understand what you're saying, Carrie. I think, like, for me, the reason that it did revolutionize things is that it came as a whole package. So a lot of things that I don't like about the JRPG is like there's no voice acting. It's all just reading text. Or and beautiful soundtrack, a really engaging combat system, a really simple um like customization thing. Like everything about it was so user friendly and just done so well that I think that's why it kind of grabbed so many non JRPG people. I've tried time and time again to get into JRPGs, and I just can't. They're too slow, or there's too much reading, or the like trying to figure out all of the different attacks, and it's too complicating. They overcomplicated everything. I think Claire Obscura did a fantastic job of simplifying, but not making it so we feel like dummies, which I think something like Mass Effect did, where Mass Effect started out as this crazy RPG, and then by Mass Effect 3, we just had a third person shooter. Like they just dumbed it down so much that I felt like I wasn't even playing a Mass Effect anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's what Expedition did for me. It was a package deal. It
Mm.
wasn't like part of it was cool and some of it was annoying. All of it was just phenomenal.
Yeah, I absolutely I agree with you, phrase. That's uh I would love to have this is like a totally different topic, and I love that we're getting into this on a Game of the Year show, right? But that's the Candy over from Gamer Social Club did a phenomenal article about you know, JRPGs have been around, and she's a big
Yeah.
JRPG player. I absolutely loved talking to her last year on our Game of the Year show about the Metaphor Refantasio, and how good of a time she had, and that's a JRPG. And here's the thing about that: she really sold me on it. I really would have liked to play it, and hell, I almost bought it. I almost bought it. However, I didn't because of how many hours it takes to play that game. It's like 120 hours to beat, and that is typically that's pretty standard for a JRPG. It does require a lot of your time. It requires a lot of your attention. Even I've been really curious about Final Fantasy X and really wanting to play that because I've heard it's like very life changing to whoever plays it, right? But that's a JRPG, and even an old ass JRPG game like that it takes a lot of hours, and
Hmm.
it's hard to say no to all the other games on your backlog or the games that are coming out right now that are pretty and shiny and demanding your attention, and be like, no, I'm going to dedicate myself to this singular game for the next 100 hours of game time that I have. I think that's a huge reason. It's everything Phrase said, plus the fact of, hey, you can beat this game in 33 hours or whatever it is. I think it's like 34 to 54 that you can beat Expedition 33's main campaign in. It's got the difficulty setting. It does dumb it down for you. So I think that plays a huge role into why people are down for it. And as far as revolutionizing, I don't think saying that Expedition 33 equals saying that other JRPGs aren't revolutionizing the genre, but I think what it does revolutionize is taking this genre and making it so easily accessible for newcomers to the point where it's taking people like me and Fraser who aren't into JRPGs and making us fall in love with it. Because now, after we've experienced that game, I am sitting here being like, thinking a little more seriously about picking up Metaphor ReFantazio. I am thinking more seriously about Final Fantasy X and like what that could do, right? It's
Yeah.
like I think a Sleep Token. Sleep Token's a metal band, but like a metal fan listens to them, they're like, these people aren't that hard. I wouldn't describe this as metal, I guess. I mean, maybe it's kind of rock, but it's getting other people who aren't in metal into metal because they're like, I like this, maybe I'll like this, and then they find themselves listening to death metal a year after
Yeah.
finding Sleep
Yeah.
Token, right? That's very much how I look at Expedition 33. But yeah, let's go ahead and keep this ball rolling, gentlemen. So the next thing we got on the list is let's go ahead and do Steve's. That way we can get to Fraser and Carrie's top three. So Steve writes in, his number 3 is Dead by Daylight. Just playing with the folks as a community wasn't, and by folks he means the folks over at Gamer Social Club. Feel free to join the Discord. Just playing with the folks as a community was enjoyable because I never would have played it on my own. And number 2, I'm curious as to see if it's on Carrie's list. Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City.
Dude, what a fun
number
night
2.
that was.
Really
What a
great.
fun
It
night
really
that
was. That's a great game, guys. I mean, it's not great like by itself, but
No, but
as a team,
the
it's so
memories.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Seriously, we made some memories.
We have to
remember
play it
my wife-
again someday.
Absolutely. He said Operation Raccoon City because we got to play as a squad and we cranked it out in a 1-session sitting. And
We did.
yeah, my wife heard us say some things that she will not get out of her head.
It's so funny. She's like, I think of you differently now.
So, his number 1, and I'm going to toss it over to Fraser after I say this. His number 1 game of the year was Death Stranding. It is his top game of the year because it was an amazing storytelling and it was not what people said it was. Phrase, what do you think he means by it wasn't what people said it was? Because you're the resident Death Stranding
guy.
expert.
So everyone just thinks that Death Stranding's a walking simulator.
Right.
But it's not. Like, if all you need to do is turn it on to realize that you're completely wrong in making that statement. Sure, there's walking in it, but every game's got walking in it. This is like it's almost, I can't really explain Death Stranding. It's like this thing of you put on a backpack and you put your shoes on and you go for a walk. And you're doing this in a game. Sure, you're walking, but it gives you time to think. It gives you time to kind of experience the little things. I found myself sitting there contemplating life while I was playing it. Because it was more than just like a game. It's like it's an experience. And Kojima, I am a Kojima fanboy. I don't care. I think he's brilliant. I think everything that he touches is brilliant. He definitely wants to be a movie director. but I think he likes making really expensive movies. So let's just make a game instead of a movie.
Yeah.
Like, 90-minute cutscenes. Come on, bro. 90-minute unskippable cutscenes. Come on,
That's
bro.
a movie.
Like
That's a movie.
that that's that is something else.
But speaking about
And so
unskippable cutscenes, I want to mention that Nathan want to play Final Fantasy X, and there are also unskippable cutscenes.
I know. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
I love me a
But
good
like,
cutscene.
yeah. And so what Death Stranding 2 did was it took everything that was awesome about number 1 and made it better. And then it took everything that didn't quite work in number 1 and made it better. It was this perfect, like, so Death Stranding 1, for instance, it takes 5 hours for the game to get really going. 5 hours is a lot to ask for someone to be like, "Hey, can you take 5 hours to see if you like my game?" No one's gonna do that. If it hasn't got you in the first 30 minutes, it hasn't got you. Death Stranding 2, it's got you from the first press of the button. You are walking in a desert, and he's just got this way of making the camera pan and the music cutting in at a certain point of you walking down. The music beats as you're running. The like it just everything about it is just phenomenal. And what a what a devastating thing of Death Stranding being up against Expedition 33, because they were both phenomenal games. And unfortunately, somebody had to win, and it was them. And they bloody deserved it. But he deserved it too. Like Death
Yeah.
Stranding was something special. It's so weird. It's all about life and death and love and family and friendship and overcoming things and connection, and it was
Yeah.
everything that I kind of love. Um, yeah. So Steve saying Death Stranding too. Both him and I have talked about Death Stranding a lot. Um, you you don't necessarily have to play the first one to play the second one. Like the second one is just a really refined version. They've got rid of all the super annoying things that the first one had, and you just get straight into it. So yeah,
Are
I
you gonna
think
appreciate it more if you played the first one? Probably a stupid question.
um I think they both, like, if you have unlimited hours, of course play the first one. But like I put in like 200 hours into the first one. It's a
Damn.
lot of time. It's a lot of
Mhm.
time. Of course, I did everything, so
Mhm.
that's a completionist time. Um, putting zip lines between every single area, doing every single delivery. Like
Yeah.
there's just something about it. But then the second one, that it's so much better refined,
No.
and the characters and the story and the music. The music, the way that he uses music's kind of like Quentin Tarantino, how he uses music.
Mhm.
He just he knows exactly what piece of music for this particular scene, and it just works. Yeah.
So where's Death Stranding fall out on your list?
Um, Death Stranding hits a solid number 2 for me.
Yeah?
Yeah. Death Stranding is my number 2. I
That's
Death
awesome.
Stranding 2 is my number 2. I absolutely loved every single second I spent with it. Like I said, any little annoying bit from the first one was completely gone from the second one.
Mhm.
It was a full experience. It was an action adventure with an incredible story,
Yeah.
and it makes you play it, and it makes you scared of the rain. Um, and
I'm
you
already
know what?
scared of tornado, Fraser.
I know. Now you play Death Stranding long enough, you get scared of the rain. You step outside and you're
Oh.
like, I'm good. I'm good for that. Thank you. Uh, yeah. So yeah, Death Stranding 2 is number 2 for me.
Does everything a sequel is supposed to do. That's what you want to hear, right? I and
Exactly.
to kind of touch on something you were just talking about was you know, you would have loved to have seen it get game of the year and had it not been for Expedition. That kind of goes back to our conversation about like, saying that Expedition 33 revolutionized, yada 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 doesn't mean other JRPGs didn't. And same goes for this. It's like,
Mm,
no, these are all worthy of game of the year. Any other
yeah.
year where Expedition 33 didn't come out, oh my gosh,
Mm,
who would possibly know whether between Death Stranding 2, Split Fiction, and so many incredible games this year. Yeah, it's
yeah.
like all these games deserve their flowers.
Yeah.
So
Of course.
yeah. Um, with that being said, do you want to go ahead and give us your number three before we ask Carrie what his top three are?
Yeah. So if you know me, you know that like my number one thing in life is people. Like I love people so much of all walks in life, all colors, all creeds, all everything. Just I just love people and love and all that kind of stuff. And so when
Loving all
a
that
game
crap.
loving all that crap. So when a game like Xbox's whole thing about like gaming's for everyone, I everyone should be able to play games. That's my thing. And so like accessibility has become a very big part of my gaming adventures now. I love hard games, as you'll see when we get to my number 1. But I also don't like hard games. And so my number 3 is actually Doom, The Dark Ages. For some reason, Doom only getting a shield now. I don't know how they haven't had a shield before. Like that shield made Doom just utterly invincible. You
Yeah.
felt like a brick shithouse with a big ass shotgun just stomping through demons. The soundtrack was incredible. Sure, there were some slower bits. I didn't like the mech stuff and I didn't like the dragon stuff. Everything else was just amazing. And the accessibility side of things like really nailed it home for me. I made my own Doom experience. You can increase like bullet speed, you can increase movement speed, enemy movement speed, you can increase it like anything you can think of, you can play around with it. And so that's really special to me and I really hope that more games start doing that. So yeah, Doom got my number 3 because of obviously it's a great game, but that's what beat it out for me was the accessibility stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is one that did win the accessibility game of the
Well,
year,
yeah.
and
And
all
yeah.
those nominations were fantastic too. Ninja Gaiden 4, Assassin's Creed Shadows, and Doom
Mhm.
Dark Ages. Oh my gosh, all three of those games phenomenal accessibility.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, with that's a great pick. That's a great pick. So with that being said, Fraser's number two is Death Stranding 2. His number three is Doom the Dark Ages. Mine, I have revealed so far, is Expedition is my game of the year. And that Split Fiction is my number three. I have yet to reveal my number two, and Phrase still has yet to reveal his number one. Carrie, reveal
Oh,
as many
Big
as you
dog.
like, good sir. You are the
The
man of the
big
show.
dog.
You're the big dog here, man.
we're all part of this show, you know. Even the cat.
Yeah, even the cats.
Yeah.
We got 2 cats here.
Yeah, the cats are the big dogs around here.
So speaking of dogs, um, I was a little bit surprised about phrase picks first of all because friendly person, and the first game that came into my mind was Katamari. You know Katamari?
Yeah. Uh,
Oh,
And
amazing.
yeah, and I really like Katamari, but no, that's not my pick. So yeah, now speaking of dogs, my third pick, the bronze medal, goes to Sleeping Dogs. Sleeping Dogs is a
ooh.
game from 2012, which came to the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, and I played the definitive edition this year,
Mhm.
and yeah, I picked this for number 3. Yes, it has technical difficulties. The game crashed multiple times, maybe 2 times. That
Yeah.
was not really a good thing. But what keeps me going was a really good story. Um, you play an undercover officer Wei Shang, and he must infiltrate notorious the Triad organization in the streets of Hong Kong, and it's really great. And it is like a GTA in Hong Kong. And I liked when you can steal the car or the motorcycle, and can listen to the music, do some style stuff, learning
Mhm.
some kung
Yeah.
fu, and it was really good to play on both sides, on the police side and on the triad side, and see how it is coming. And also the DLCs was also great, and yeah, 35 to 40 hours to beat for me. And with all the 2 DLCs, this was a really great experience for me. That's my third pick, the number 3. And for the second one, it is a quite surprise for me that I uh, uh, picked it on number 2, but it was so impactful for me. And how I said in my review for that, this game, if you have 5 hours of your time, I beat it in 5 hours. So um, this game is it was really incredible, and it is called the Red Strings Club. The Red Strings, and it came out 2018. The Red Streets Club is a cyberpunk narrative experience about fate and happiness, featuring the extensive use of pottery, bartending, and positive people to the phone takedown, or cooperative conspiracy. So it is really a great story, and you impact the story, how you choose it, how the word it is, and it's really it is like a visual novel a bit, but not at all. You bartender a bit, you make some cocktails, and but it is uh, it is really a full experience, and I really liked how they did it, and yeah, it is also like a point and click adventure a bit, and I give you an example. You mix a drink. If you want to the other people who wants the drink, you want that this 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 person wants to get angry for that, and you mix for that, and because you need a rebel for the thing you want to implement it in this world. And yeah, it is kind of that decision, and you can also make a wrong decision for that. I mean, a bad drink for that, and then you get a happy person or ball. But you need a rebel for that, so you make a wrong decision of that. So it is a red string, like a string in our life, and yeah, to this cyberpunk thing and the corporation who wants to rule them all. It was a really great experience for that. That are
The art
my two
style
things.
looks great.
It
I've never
is
even
What
heard
was
of
the
it.
name of the game again?
the
The
red
Red
strings.
Strings
Yeah,
Club.
genau.
Red Strings Club.
Yeah, the art style looks cool.
I see it.
I'll pop that on the
And
list.
just so you all know, it is currently only $2.99 on Steam. Yeah, the art style looks really cool. I would definitely have to check this out, Carrie. That is amazing. So,
Good choice, mate. Good choice.
So what's your top game of the year, my good sir?
Before we continue, I want to say it's also $2.99 also on GOG. I picked it on GOG.
Okay. There you go.
That's for sort of things. So I think
Nice.
my top one, I think it is a game that we all expected, and I wonder why this was not nominated for the Game of the Year entirely. And this is, of course, it is 1937. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my
Brilliant
Game of the Year, and yeah, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle follows the typical character on this journal to discover the mysterious Great Circle and stop various forces try to exploit its power in globetrotting action adventure game for the makers of Wolfenstein. Yeah, it was really good, great experience for me, and it is of course my game of the year. You fight against Nazis, which is really good, and
It's always fun, isn't it?
it
It's always
is
fun
really
to
good,
punch a
and
Nazi in the face.
yeah, and you travel around the globe. It is really amazing. And the first scene when you started the game, you played like the first Indiana Jones game, the first Indiana Jones movie, and it was really great to see that. And in this Unreal Engine 5 experience,
Oh,
to see the movie and you play the movie, you steal the artifact, and then it really looks so much great, and the voice actors was great, and everything was great. I can't say uh, great things enough about my number one pick. And yeah, what are your experience about Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, ladies and gentlemen?
I couldn't get on board with it, my dude.
What?
I'm not much of a puzzle guy. I played it for a handful of hours, and after like hitting like puzzle number 4 or 5, I was just like I was tuning out. I couldn't stay on board with it. Um, I know Fraser, you played through it and liked it a lot,
yeah, I
right?
loved it. I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, what it made me do was want more Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
Like it it was like playing it, I was like, I wish this was Wolfenstein. Like it they did it like everything about it was brilliant. Like I felt like Indiana Jones. I loved there was that particular upgrade you could do where if you went down in a fight, you could pick up your hat and put it back on, and it was like like a uh, like you get a continue or another chance. I thought that was brilliant. Like the dialogue, the story was great. They managed to tell a new, unique Indiana Jones story, which I thought was cool. Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was great.
Yeah, and
But
I
like I
mean,
said,
And I mean, the previous Indiana Jones was not really good. I mean, the Stuff of Kings was before that, and that was really, really, really bad. And before that, we got the Emperor's Tomb, which on the original Xbox back then, and on the PlayStation 2, which was a great game for me at least. And yeah, for me it is one of the best Indiana Jones games ever, with Fate of Atlantis and Emperor's Tomb, and that says a lot, I think.
Hmm. Now,
Yeah, I
what made you fall in love with it so much, Carrie? Was it the puzzles? Was it the stealth action of it?
I think it was only the thing to play as Indiana Jones, find some clues, goes into the tombs, and it feels like you are Indiana Jones. And
Yeah.
mm,
this does a really good experience for that. And yeah, it is like here that you are in a movie, and you are the actor, you are Harrison Ford, you are Indiana Jones, and that's make it very special for the puzzles. I don't care. I mean, we are in Indiana Jones movie, and I mean, you have the same like in Tomb Raider. You have also the puzzles in Tomb Raider too, but this one was another experience. Of course, it was first person, and I think many people didn't like that game because of the first person perspective, but I really liked it. I really loved it, and that's why number one.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
yeah, I love that, dude.
Um,
I love that.
Phrase,
Yeah.
game of the year.
Ho, ho, ho. So my game of the year has completely introduced me to a whole new genre of games,
Oh,
which I have
so
um
ready.
I've strayed away from on purpose because I've always thought I suck at these games. I'm not even gonna try. Um, so I've put 150 hours into this so far,
Yeah, you did.
and I it has just received another update the day of the Game Awards. I actually thought that the statue was Jeff Keighley's statue was actually of this game because the CEO of fuck, is it CX Interactive CI and I'm so bad with game
I think it's
developer
CI.
titles.
Yeah.
I should be so much better with this. Um, I follow him on socials, and he was being like super CI games. So he was being super cryptic about all the stuff, and then all of a sudden the statue is out in the desert, and I was like, "Oh, you got to be fucking kidding me, mate! Like this is awesome." Uh, Lords of the Fallen
Yeah.
has is my game of the year. Uh, every everything about it has grabbed me. I have done multiple playthroughs. I've completed the craziest challenge runs that they can even think of. Um, no death, like a no death run. Um, no death with no healing. That was difficult. um, it has it has opened my eyes to Souls likes and the fact that it was co-op as well. Like I mean, we played it very small amount.
Yeah.
I played
Oh
it a
yeah.
bit with Steve as well. Um, Next year, I've decided to go through and play a whole bunch of Souls games that I just have put off because I'm no good at them. Time to get good, right?
Oh man. Have to
I
let me
still
know
Time
when
have
to
it
a
get
comes
good.
time for Night Rain.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's definitely on the list. So yeah, um, I just think again for a game that came out when it was first released, kind of like Splitgate, didn't do well. Wasn't very polished. They kind of pulled it from the shelves, gave it a new coat of paint, re-released it into something completely different. This world is just gorgeous. The all of the the crazy religious zealotry that's going on is brutal. It's so brutal. Some of the little side stories that you do, if you play Souls games, you know that there's no real quests. It's kind of like just go here and do some stuff and go there and do some stuff. This is the same, but you come across little notes, little people that are still alive in the area, and some of their stories are just heartbreaking, and then others are just yeah, this guy's an asshole and I need to kill him immediately. Um, I had so much fun with it. I think it's a hidden or a missed opportunity for a lot of people because the first release was so badly received that it's just gotta it's Lords of the Fallen. It's not very good. It it's not. It's brilliant, utterly
Yep.
brilliant. Yeah.
I'm excited for this upcoming year to see you play through all these different games, see where you put Liza P on your list, and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Dark Souls, how you feel about 1 through 3 and which one's better
Yeah.
out of the three and stuff like that. So that is really exciting. And dude, you're not wrong about the art style. I think that's probably next to it having co-op and its play style. I love that game's art style.
I still
Like,
need
It's
to I
incredible.
still need to pick it up. So I played it a bit, but I still need to pick it up. It was really great from the art style when I got out of the first cavern, and yeah, it looks really great. And yeah, but I need to pick it up, and I wanted to have it physically maybe. And yeah, and are you looking forward to the second one?
Oh, without a doubt. So
oh,
last year, the game of the year show opened with that Lords of the Fallen 2 trailer, and the shredding black metal soundtrack that it's going to have. I'm beyond excited. Yeah, I'm beyond excited. And also, just to add to that, this new update that they've put in, it's pulled me back in. I'm
yep.
doing another playthrough, fresh. So that's how good it is. The new update wouldn't allow me to carry on my level 220 character, so I had to start again. So I did.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm telling you that's another one that's high on my priority list as far as backlog goes. Just
Yeah,
time,
I want to
time,
add
man.
a little bit Wuhan a bit because that was released this year too, and I
Yep.
bought that this year too, and I it is also on my backlog which I want to play.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's on my list for next year. I got all, I've got Wuhan, I got Wu Chan, I've got all the Souls, Elden Ring, the Surges, Liza P. I even put that new Armored Core on there. Um,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get I'm gonna get stuck into Souls next year.
Um,
Um,
I think you're forgetting one. I don't know if I saw it on the list or not. Have you ever heard of this
what,
game? Have you ever heard of this game called Black Myth Wukong?
do you know what, dude? Do you know what's hilarious? I completely forgot about it.
I
I
was pretty
completely
sure it
forgot
wasn't
about
on
it,
the
and it's not on the list.
list.
Oh my goodness, that is so funny. I know that there's a couple of guides out there that I could probably have a look at. Um,
Yes,
yeah,
there is.
yeah.
There's a
I
couple guides out there for you.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Oh man. So let's go ahead. We are gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Uh we I've got a couple of quick questions for you guys, and then we're
Hmm.
gonna call it a day. Um so what is your most anticipated game of 2026? And if a game could win, if the game that you played the most this year would be the only qualification for being your game of the year, what game would that be? Um, So, for example, I gave you guys my number one and my number three. I didn't give you my number
Hmm.
two. My number
Hmm.
two is probably not a surprise to anybody. Assassin's Creed Shadows. Um,
Oh, dude, yeah,
I, you
such a
know,
good game.
I, again, don't judge me too harshly. I haven't played Ghost of Yotai. I know everybody says it's better, but as a longtime fan of the franchise, this game, there's not a single time that I don't turn this game on and think to myself, like, man, this is what I fucking envisioned way back when I was a teenager of like what I wanted this game to be. A game that just has endless amounts of stuff for me to do, a game that I can live in. This is me, a shinobi assassin from the Creed, going through the bamboo forest. I mean, this is everything I ever wanted out of this franchise, and it like hits. It hits for me. I love the assassinations. I love how accessible it is, and I have been going on and on about it, so I'm not going to say too much on it. So yeah,
Brilliant.
I just it absolutely just I battled with it, and I'm like, man, it is deserving of my number two game of the year. And that's why I bring it up now, because if I had to pick a game based off of how much hours I put into it this year, it would be Assassin's Creed, because that was my top played
Same.
game this year. 150 hours or something like that. So, and that was the same for you, Carrie?
Yeah, so for me it was a long story too, and you don't forget the samurai parts.
Yeah, for real. For real. What was your most played game phrase?
Dude,
You
mine's the
know?
same every year. Every year, mine's the same.
Warframe?
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
I've,
I
I've
should have
put a,
known.
I've put about 300 hours into Warframe this year.
Oh, yeah.
Um, yeah, so that's twice the amount of time that I've put into Lords of the Fallen. It's just
That's
like
amazing.
what I do with Warframe is I don't play it for 9 months, and then I only play it for 3 months.
That's amazing. I
And
love
so
that.
I believe on the 12th of January we're getting. Was it 12th of January? Maybe it's the 12th of December.
Get a new
We're
update
getting
pretty
a
soon, isn't it?
huge new update that's
Uh-oh.
doing a full revamp of your operator and drifter, which are, I don't know how much of Warframe you know, but the Warframes are a suit of armor that you as the drifter or the operator control. A few years ago, they introduced the ability to be able to leave your Warframe and play as your operator.
Oh.
And so so they're just doing a whole revamp of our operators, which is going to be dope. So yeah, I'll go and jump and I'll drop another couple of fucking too much money on that, and then
500 hours.
yeah,
$700.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm glad that they don't keep track of these sorts of things because. But in saying that though, I've been playing it for 10 years, and it's a completely free game. And do you know what? I've got my fair share of whatever I've put into it out of it. Um, you know, I've probably spent $1,000 on it in those 10 years.
And you've got
And
3,000 hours in it, don't you?
yeah, yeah, it's worth it. I reckon that's worth it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, that's $1 for every 3 hours.
There you go. I'd pay
It's a good.
that. I'd buy that for $1.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, what's your most anticipated game of next year?
Got to be Lords of the Fallen 2.
Really? Okay.
Has
Awesome.
to be. Has to be. That I'm really excited for Silent Hill Townfall. Um, that
Silent Hill
looks
what?
pretty. Townfall.
Townfall. I have not heard of
Have you
this.
Yeah, so there's a new Silent Hill game almost out.
What
Silent
the
Hill
hell?
Townfall.
I'm looking this up right now.
Yeah,
Silent Hill.
releasing in 2026.
Damn.
So
Okay, yeah,
that's
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 exciting.
also something I'm pretty excited for. Just because I haven't played F yet, I haven't
Yeah,
played 2 yet. Why not just add this to the list? But no,
absolutely.
it has to be Lords of the Fallen 2. Like nothing, there's nothing else I'm more excited for.
Oh, I love it. That's awesome. Um, my most anticipated for next year is oh
Call of Duty.
gosh. I was I had gone with Phantom Blade Zero just because that was the most thing I was most excited for from the showcase or whatever. But then I was just struck with the fact that, well, that was all that was showed the other night. I'm very, very, very excited for Soros and Resident Evil Requiem.
Oh,
So, and Crimson
yeah.
Desert looks amazing. I,
Yeah.
I gotta pick one. Probably Resident
Yeah.
Evil Requiem. That looks like the best Resident Evil game ever. So
Hmm.
I'll put that at the top of the list.
Yeah.
Um,
Brilliant.
Carrie, most
So,
anticipated game of 2026.
so I want to first say first of all that I want to I don't know how 2026 will be, and of course, a financial situation and the world status, how it will be going. So I'm looking not so much forward to next year. And I want to focus more on the games that I have, and but I have
Okay. Yep.
three three games that I'm looking forward to, and that is, of course, Fatal Frame 2, the remake, and and of course, Persona 4, also the remake, and the third one is Onimusha because there was a Onimusha
Ooh.
trailer, and I don't know when we will get Onimusha, but it should be um yeah, at the first start of 2026, but yeah, that's are my picks.
Okay. All
Great.
right. Awesome,
Yeah.
man. Well,
Onimusha looks brilliant.
yeah. Um, well, guys, that is a show. I want to thank you all for joining us today at the Samurai Podcast Game 2025 Game of the Year. Um, Fraser, where can the beautiful people watching this or listening to this find you?
Well, you can find me actually everywhere at F Bomb Gaming. So FBOMBE Gaming. I got YouTube. I got things and stuff. I'm playing a whole bunch of indie games at the moment. I'm just about to start I'm going to live stream my Outer Worlds 2 playthrough, which should be a bit of fun. I'm getting back into Hitman, so that's going to be a bit of fun
Yeah.
too. I'm also thinking about streaming my Lords of the Fallen Extreme Hard Mode playthrough because why not? Why not broadcast my suffering?
I want to see that.
I want to see
Um,
that. Yeah.
And speaking of Hitman, I got an exciting announcement to make here. Exclusive Carry 13 Productions scoop. uh, I'm going to be releasing my YouTube channel the immediately. Like it's going to be this week. If you don't see it up at the time of this posting, it will be up momentarily. And the biggest video featured will be me and Phrase running after Eminem, the Slim Shady, and we are
Yep.
taking both of our playthroughs and we are mishmashing them together. It's going to be a good time. I'm really excited to share it with you all, as long with some other videos that I've got that it will also be going up with Attack on Titans playthrough DLC and some other things I'm not going to spoil yet. Got a video essay I'm very excited about. So check me out. I'm everywhere as One Hot Dragon. Um, and I'm also in Carrie's Discord, Gamer Social Club
Yep.
Discord, Interactive Distraction
Yep.
Discord. But yeah, and Carrie, I'm going to give this off to you. Thank you for having me and Phrase, and thank you for
Yeah, dude. Thank
having
you
me to
so much for
host.
having us.
This has been a lot of fun, man.
It's always fun.
Yeah, I want to thank you all too, and yeah, I want to continue these podcasts too, if I can, and if you have time, we can do this, and maybe next year too. And I will, I want to look forward to, and I'm happy that we all did this. It is something special. I think that we are doing this from Australia, from US, and from Germany, and we are doing this together. And this is really really special. And if we play together, it is really special, and it is really good when we do something together. And this is in this world a really good thing. And yeah. Yeah, and I want to thank you all for being here, and thank you, Nathan, for being the host, the better Geoff Keighley today, and yeah,
Of course.
and
Thank you
Fraser,
for having me.
and Fraser with your cat, also a really great guy here on the show, and yeah, thank you all from the bottom of my heart, and
Yeah,
I wish you a
same
great
here. Thank you
Christmas.
so much.
Thank you. Merry Christmas to you too, and everybody
Merry
listening.
Christmas. Yeah. Stay safe. Be good.
Or
Yeah.
else you'll get cold, you sick son of a
Yeah, or else you'll
bitch.
get cold. Yeah. Yeah. But it seems
So,
like it's cold where you guys are, so maybe some coal is what you need.
Actually, that would be really useful, please.
Not here.
I'll
Fucking
kick your grandma for some coal, okay?
we will thank you all for listening, and I hope we see. Maybe you can see. Yeah, you can write some comments here to write. Who are you? What are your top 3 picks? And yeah, we will see us in the next podcast or maybe the next video. And yeah, I will sign off now. And bye bye. See you next time.
Peace.
Bye.